Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. Tonight, we're recapping All Out, the recent AEW pay-per-view, which happened this past Saturday night on pay-per-view. But before we get to the episode, let's bring everybody in. Let's welcome home Mr. Assassin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have just gone home for vacation, but that doesn't stop the grind. That doesn't stop anything from me being a part of the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast, doing it every single Friday. Let's ring the bell. Let's get this started, everybody.
Let's bring in Lucas.
I'm trying to jerk off. How about you just leave me alone?
Yes, we will kindly leave you alone during this time.
Alright, anyways. Hello. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. Muchas gracias to everybody watching this and for Jason and Josh having me here. Let's get this underway. What's that wasting time?
Let's see. Okay.
William, come on in.
What's up, guys? We're back at it again with another episode. And I'm just excited to see how many more lotion jokes Lucas is going to make this week. And, I'll pass it over to AJ.
Alright.
Last but not least, making his way to the podcast from Kingston, Georgia, weighing 218 pounds, former WWE champion, former Intercontinental champion, former US champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
No, not
It's a
again.
blessing to have an actual WWE superstar on this podcast. I'm excited.
You got to stop, Jason. Honestly.
I'm honored.
Alright, hey everybody. Hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you guys? It's the last Warrior, AJ Spiker here for another fire episode of the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. And let's get this underway.
AJ, I actually found your action figure.
Oh, come on! Damn you, Josh. You ruined my intro.
Wait,
Alright.
AJ, habla español?
Yeah, I'm taking Spanish class this year.
Don't you have a match tonight on SmackDown?
No.
Why are you here?
I don't even know. I should be in the WWE right now, but nope. Not now.
How are you
Alright,
going to finish
guys.
the match tonight? Phenomenal form or solid
Yeah.
play?
Yeah, Vince clearly doesn't want to book me tonight because I just did a Twitch stream last night against Dave Meltzer.
I'm banning you for life from that damn Jobber platform. You Jobber.
Come on, Vince. Alright.
Twitch, you're
Alright, guys.
fired.
Since we have the phenomenal AJ Styles on this podcast, let's do this. Let's wear these gloves for this episode.
No! You're not even doing it right, Jason! You're not even doing it
Wow,
right.
that was way off.
Why are we talking about AJ Styles?
Exactly!
Because he's here
Thank
on this podcast.
Yeah, he's right here in front of me, too.
Look, there's his twin.
I'll get you back one day, guys, for saying that. Honestly. I'll get you back.
All in
For
good
saying
fun.
Blah, 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 blah.
Settle down.
Now shut up, AJ Styles, and let's get to the episode.
Yeah, go beat up John Cena or something already.
Alright, so, guys, we have to buy in for the All Out pay-per-view. First up, we had Joey Janela defeating Serpentico. Assassin,
Nah.
Nobody cared.
Yeah.
I don't
What
give a shit.
always?
did
What
anybody care?
always? Why would you put
Shit.
somebody that we haven't seen on TV yet? So stupid! It was a boring ass match. I knew Janela was gonna win anyways, but like, did we care? No. Did we care?
No.
No.
If you guys didn't know,
We didn't care at all. Jobber.
Welcome to the podcast, Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I'm always here.
of course. If you guys didn't know, I'm gonna tell you a little something. I was actually watching on Instagram with Joey Janela, and I got roasted. Dead ass.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh God, really? Come
If you
on,
don't know,
man.
fun
Wow.
fact: Joey
Wow.
Janela roasted Lucas, and I think it was the funniest thing I ever seen. But I kind of felt bad for him in the process.
What do you
Yeah.
say?
Lucas, send me that video after this
Hey,
podcast.
Hey, Lucas, do you want to say what he said to you?
He called me a Russian spy. That's what he called me. He called me a Russian spy.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted me to say it.
A wrestling spy?
No,
A
Russian
wrestling
spy.
What? No, that's mean, dude. All
Damn.
right.
You know, if you're watching this, I'm gonna come for you, man. Once I get in the ring, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Which he probably won't watch this podcast,
Bro,
so you're
Joey
lucky.
Janela would chuck you off a roof.
Exactly.
Throw
Thank
his
you,
ass off the
William.
roof. Throw his ass off the roof. I don't care.
Okay.
Alright, moving on.
All right, so no one cared for this match.
I don't give a
No.
shit. Terrible match.
Why are you farting on this podcast, A.B.
Because
Styles?
it's a shit match. It's a shit show. That match was just a
Go
shit
back to
It was the
training
one
for your
match
match
I did
tonight.
not watch.
Okay. Private Party defeated the Dark Order.
I knew
Okay.
it. I knew
Josh,
it.
how'd you feel?
Very, very happy with the outcome of that match. Kind of knowing since the Dark Order are on a rampage right now, they're like the top team in AEW. It was time for finally somebody different to win instead of the Dark Order. I really hope Private Party get more matches and hopefully one day get a title shot. So I was very
Alright,
happy with it. Very happy with the match, yeah.
William.
I thought it was it started off okay, and then it started to lose my interest. So like I remember like probably midway through the match I zoned out, and then I think it was John Silver came out with like a huge spinning rack bomb, and I was like, what the hell? And my eyes just went straight back to the screen. It was an okay match, and like Josh said, I'm happy with the outcome. Private Party's a great team.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
The phenomenal one. You go.
Alright, I didn't really care about this match, honestly, but thank God Private Party won this match. I mean, they are a great tag team, but hopefully they get another opportunity at the tag titles in the future, possibly against FTR in the next pay-per-view.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Alright. Lucas.
Okay, so the match was okay. I must just say All Out was just an underwhelming show for me. Like that's just how I felt the whole entire time. But I'll get into that
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah.
I'll get into that later on. But the match was okay. I know I got this wrong and I felt bad, but I'm really glad the outcome of Private Party when they deserved this win more than Dark Order, in my opinion. But I'm happy.
Alright. Well, for me, that match was okay. Not too bad. At least it's not a last-minute addition like the Joey Janela Serpentico match. So I thought that match was a last-minute addition.
Yeah.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
And so
Yeah.
no wonder no one cared for this match. So
Yeah.
I understand.
They're
Alright. It's time for the main card of this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We started off with Big Swole defeating Dr. Britt Baker in a tooth and nail match. William, you go first.
The hell is this?
I mean, I think everyone's reaction just basically said it for me. I mean, going into the match, it had a solid build, but like the match itself was just kind of really stupid, if we're being honest. And the fact that like I forgot how I believe like Big Swole stuck a needle into Britt Baker's leg, and that's basically how she won. Like, there's no need for needles sticking into somebody's leg. Like, I really don't understand what they did, why they did what they did. I think it was the wrong finish as well. So I guess we'll see where it goes from here, but I did not enjoy it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Josh.
I said it before. It was stupid. I'm like, why the fuck are you fighting in a dentist office? And why the fuck are you taking someone's hard-earned diplomas and just basically breaking them for money and shit? Like, you shouldn't do that. Come on. You worked hard to get those things. And basically the match was like, I really didn't like it. Good thing it was the first match, because if the first match was like something that we all wanted to see. My eyes would be glued. But really, I really didn't care for that match, tooth and nail. I like what William said with the freaking needle. I'm like, that didn't make any sense. I'm like, this is not teeth surgery. This is a wrestling match. We don't do surgery. We wrestle.
Yeah, I thought that was one of those theatrical matches, a cinematic match. Is what they tried to do. But I still did not understand the tooth and nail match stipulation. Like, I never seen that before throughout my time as a wrestling fan.
Right. Same here.
I've never seen that shit before. So it didn't make no sense, but the build was pretty good, but the wrong person won. I was going for Dr. Britt Baker, because that was her comeback match.
Yeah.
Yeah, should have won. It's bullshit.
So I got that prediction wrong. As I said in the last episode, we all went for Dr. Britt Baker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Alright, Mr. Rainmaker, you go.
Alright. Big swallow, my bad. Anyways, as Josh said, the match, the build up to it was solid, but I'm gonna be honest, like, the match was so stupid. The needle to the knee, like, and all this stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Right.
Like, here's the thing about it. We always criticize WWE for things, but some of us don't criticize AEW for things, and we had to criticize AEW for this stupid match. Like, not everything is gonna go perfect as planned as we think it's going to be. It's just very simple as that. And you know what? It is what it is. And I'm very much a needle phobic, so I was kind of cringing at that shit. So the wrong person won the match. I feel like Britt Baker should have won the match. It was just, she got robbed. Simple as that.
Alright. You guys know why I'm pointing this up.
Yeah, I know.
You go.
Too sweet. I didn't really care about this match either. Joey Janela and Serpentro was not good. This match was worse. I mean, like, I didn't really give a crap about this match. I mean, this was a bad idea from the start. I mean, they just ruined Dr. Britt Baker right there. Biswell has a great future, but I would like to see her lose and become a big star besides Chris Stanletter. And Britt Baker was ruined as a top heel on AEW programming, so I just didn't like that. I just basically think the wrong person won because I think Dr. Britt Baker deserves more, and hopefully beats Sheeta for
that was her comeback match too.
Yeah, no,
and like we said on the predictions episode, we all went for Dr. Britt Baker.
Right.
Oh wait, Jason, I wasn't finished yet. I hope Dr. Britt Baker win the women's championship in the future against Sheeta or whoever is the champion who defeats the Hikaru Shida in the future. So Britt Baker deserves better. Start a hashtag in the comments below. Britt Baker deserves better.
Well said.
Well said.
Well said.
All
Well
right.
said.
Okay. Anyways, AJ Styles, you can go back to Orlando to train for your match. The Young Bucks defeated the Jurassic Express.
Oh.
Josh, how'd you feel?
I personally love that match. That was one of my favorite matches of the night. Just the back and forth action. I mean, these are two of the best teams in the tag team division right now. And if you guys don't know, fun fact, when AEW was first announced, the Young Bucks said, we want to give you the best tag team wrestling in the world. That's the real reason why you have all these great tag teams and all of them get a shot. Like the Young Bucks are the greatest tag team in the world. They're like the best tag team out there. You have guys like Jurassic Express. You have Private Party, the Dark Order. You have all these great tag teams. But no one stands out. If you're going to put in a match against the Young Bucks themselves, no one's going to stand out besides the Young Bucks themselves because they are the best tag team in the world. Overall, great match, 10 out of 10. It was one of my favorite matches on the card.
Evan!
Evan! What's up? Welcome to the podcast again.
was not home. I was busy smuggling war criminals into Brazil. However, now here.
Anyways,
Yep.
guys, we have a very special guest for this episode, Mr. Ronald Van Donald Evan, who's known as the clown of TYC.
Got a bit of a different setup here. I've moved my laptop to a different area. What's up? We're talking about All Out.
Yes, anyways,
Yes,
Evan,
sir.
just introduce yourself, man.
I didn't watch the show, but I've seen a bunch of highlights. And if you guys are familiar with Brian Zane, Wrestling with a Regret, I watched his review of the show. So, like, I'm aware of everything that happened.
And as you know, we have an actual wrestler on this podcast, AJ Styles.
Damn it! Come on! Why this again?
Hey.
Why
Anyways.
this again?
Anyways, Evan, I'll catch up what we talked about so far. George Janela defeated Serpentico. That was one of the buy-in matches.
What match?
Joey Janela defeating Serpentico.
I don't know who the other guy is, but for a while, I didn't really give Joey Janela a chance. I kind of thought for a while that he was like a boring hardcore guy. But I went back and I watched a bunch of his matches, and I think that he's actually a damn good wrestler. So I didn't watch the match. I don't know who the other guy is, and when I watched Brian Zane's review of the show, I don't remember him mentioning that. But considering the fact that it was a Joey Janela match, I assumed that it was pretty good because he's a damn good wrestler. So yeah, I assumed that it was a good.
All right. The second buy-in match, that was Private Party defeating the Dark Order.
Oh right. Bootleg, fucking Street Profits versus right, yes. Yeah, I didn't really watch that. But I did hear that it was enjoyable to a point. I just can't get behind the whole Private Party thing because they're literally just fucking, Street Profits. So, yeah. But that's I'm sure it was a decent match.
Right.
All right. And then we just went over the Big Swell Dr. Britt Baker match, tooth and nail match.
From what I heard, that was a solid match. Like, that was a damn good one. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And it's
As we were saying.
right now, we're going over the Young Bucks Jurassic Express match.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts on that match from what you heard?
I kind of talked about this on my Instagram story not too long ago, and I brought up the fact that while this might sound like a weird comparison, I would say that the Young Bucks are similar to Michael Bay movies, and I know that sounds really fucking bizarre, but here's why I think that. Say what you want about Michael Bay, he isn't a great filmmaker. I think that Michael Bay is just one of those people who doesn't really know how to tell a consistent story or develop characters or write a good script or a screenplay or anything like that for a film. But you cannot deny that Michael Bay's movies are entertaining to watch because they're batshit, wacky, insane action films. And I would say that with the Young Bucks, it's a similar concept, where the Young Bucks, they don't know how to tell a story in a wrestling match, but they're entertaining to watch because they, do flipping shit and stuff. So you could say that the Young Bucks are kind of like Michael Bay movies, which is weird that might sound to make sense at the time. So I'm not the hugest fan of them, but I can sit down and enjoy watching them do the flipping shit. And the Jurassic Express, that's Luchasaurus and then fucking Jungle Boy, right? Yeah, they're a solid tag team, so I would say that it was a damn good match. I saw the highlights, and there was some pretty cool shit that happens. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, Lucas, what are your thoughts on the match?
All right, the match was pretty good. I really did enjoy the match. I think it's gonna be the second match of the night, but it's behind the match we're gonna get into a little bit later. I'm not gonna say it right now, but it was a very good match, and we all predicted the Young Bucks to win. They're one of the best tag teams out of AEW right now. I think they're one of the best tag teams in the world right now, in my opinion. And I'm a good match. Good back and forth, and Young Bucks looking like they're gonna be heel, which I like. I like the heel Young Bucks back in Ring of Honor. I didn't like kind of like the face ones and all that, but I want the heel back and all of this sort of stuff. But I like that from the Young Bucks. They're more aggressive and all that stuff. That's what I like.
All right. Mr. William, you go.
All right. This match was probably on par with my expectations. I thought it was gonna be solid, and it was. I like that the Young Bucks, like they're showing you that they're slowly turning heel. Like they're removing like the flex thing from their entrance, and just little things here and there. And those are like the little details that really matter. I think Jurassic Express put on a good showing as well. I thought Jungle Boy with his resilience, that was good. I don't remember who. It was somebody that was not Luchasaurus that hit a Canadian destroyer. I'm just saying. I'm wondering how that's going to play into the BTE storyline, with them telling Luchasaurus to hit a Canadian destroyer, because I don't think he did it during the match. So I mean,
I think
yeah,
no, that's Panadon Junior. If you don't know, William, that's Penta L0M.
no. The angle for BTE was about Luchasaurus and the Canadian destroyer.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the recent match against Lucha
Oh
Bros.
no.
What do I
All
say?
right. AJ, you go.
Alright, this match was pretty solid, but I think the Young Bucks needs to turn heel, like Lucas said. They need to get more into characters and like turn heel and like maybe do something new with them, and also turn Kenny heel as well. Like bring back the cleaner, Kenny Omega. Glad the Young Bucks win because they needed this win to get their momentum back from Ring of Honor and all that. So. And the Jurassic Express is one of the greatest tag teams right now, AEW, and I just think they have a great future. But the Young Bucks needed this win to get their heel character further.
For sure.
This happens to be a pretty good match. Back and forth action, like one of my favorite matches of the night. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Anyways,
All
up
right.
next, Lance Archer won the 21-man Casino Battle Royal by taking out Eddie Kingston.
Boy.
Oh God!
Don't
I
even
know
get me
I said on the
started with
predictions
this.
episode that I was going for one of the mystery guys, but I kind of knew Lance Archer was going to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, I forgot who I predicted already. Oh, the mystery partner and the mystery guy or Darby, but
I think
anyways,
everyone said that the big guys wasn't gonna win, and I guess we're all wrong. For the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah.
Anyways, Josh, you go first, bro.
I was I was surprised with this outcome of the match with Lance Archer winning, since he's really more like one of those guys who basically destroys a jobber in one match and in 5 seconds he wins. I was surprised that he won this. But Eddie Kingston was never eliminated from the match, as William said. In some chats that we had, William said Eddie Kingston was never eliminated from the match, and I felt like Eddie Kingston should have won because or they should have had him still in the match, even though they thought he might have eliminated himself or someone eliminated him. I don't know, but I was very happy with the mystery guy. I was I was like on my feet the entire time, like, who's this mystery guy gonna be? And then I saw the Titantron. I'm like, who? I'm like, who's this? And then it's Matt Sydal, and I'm like, okay. I was thinking somebody better than Matt Sydal, but I'm like, okay. I'm like, wow.
I thought it was gonna be Miro.
Yeah, which that was a shock this Wednesday on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Well, last Wednesday. Well, overall, it was a solid battle royal. Lance Archer finally getting his world title shot that he never gotten, but also let's see how he does against Moxley in his match on Dynamite. That will happen. So overall, it was a solid battle royal. That's all I'll say.
All right, Evan.
With as weird as this might sound, and I was talking with a friend of mine about this recently, and this conversation kind of opened my eyes to him when he said it. I have a friend of mine who kind of talked about how he can't get behind Lance Archer as a believable big guy. And I was hearing him list off the reasons, and I was like, you know what? I fully agree with that. I don't know what it is about him, but I can't get behind Lance Archer as a big guy. I mean, from what I know, all he does is just shows up and throws around guys who are smaller than him, and that's been so fucking overdone. You want to know a good example of a believable big man? I'll give you two. Fucking Karrion Kross, right? That's the first one. he's a big guy. I don't know about you guys, but like when I look
Yeah.
at Karrion Kross, motherfucker scares the shit out of me.
Right.
I know that he's like a nice guy in person and stuff, but just looking at the dude, he's fucking terrifying. He's a big.
He's 6'4".
Yeah, he's a tall and just purely muscular fucking guy. He's scary
Yeah.
as shit. And then another dude that I give an example of is, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but Luke Harper. When he was in WWE and stuff, unfortunately, they never capitalized on his talent, which still upsets me to this day. But when I look at Luke Harper, that's a guy that also intimidates me because he's a big fucking guy, but he doesn't speak. I think that was probably Luke's most intimidating factor, aside from him being big and buff and stuff, is that he never fucking spoke a word. And I love that because it kind of added to the mystery of it. You know, he was just a big fucking redneck dude who would show up and have these great matches, and then he would leave and he wouldn't say a word. So,
Yeah.
I think that, like, those are good examples of how you radically fucking build something. Also, with Karrion Kross, from what I know, that like when he does speak, he kind of takes the minimalist approach to it, and he doesn't say a lot. And I think that's also a really cool thing as well. So, yeah, those are two examples of how to book a big guy correctly and stuff. I mean, again, well, with they didn't really. They should have made him world champion, which is he never was a main event guy, but still, you know, those are some examples. And with this fucking, you know, Lance Archer guy, like, he's a good wrestler, but there's nothing that necessarily appeals to me. I don't know what it is. So him winning, I thought was kind of like, okay, you know, that was really my reaction to it. I will say this. Personally, I love Matt Sydal stuff. Me being who was in WWE wrestler another name, Evan Bourne. It was kind of cool to see something.
Yeah, Evan Bourne.
Yeah, that was shit. But God, that fucking Best Buy, that shit cracked me up so hard. Because Matt Sydal is he's such a good fluent wrestler. To see him botch, like, surprised the hell out of me. And just seeing him go for it and his foot slipping right on his head. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit made me scared. I think it's great to see, but boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've said, okay, I guess it's cool.
What's going on there?
Anyways, AJ, what are you doing there?
I'm looking for
Yeah,
my
AJ.
Evan Bourne. I'm looking for my Evan Bourne figure so I can recreate the
Just so you know,
botch.
you were kind of too loud over there,
Yeah,
okay?
you gotta mute yourself.
Shut the fuck, I'm joking.
Alright, my bad. I can't find it, but whatever. Thought the match was okay. I was gonna try to do a bot shooting star press to recreate it for you all, but what a waste. I can't find it. But Evan Bourne, he should sign with AEW. I mean, he was a good sign. Would have been a good signing for AEW, but wow, that botch was ridiculous. Like, why? that's like Shotmaster style debut right there. But Lance Archer winning this, I didn't really expect him to win because, like, I thought the superstars will work on the big guys like Brian Cage, Lance Archer, but if you guys don't know, Eddie Kingston was never eliminated from the match, so
Yeah,
Eddie Kingston got robbed from it.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's something I gotta mention as well. On the subject of Eddie Kingston, right? So, this might surprise some of you, but, like, when everyone was losing their minds, oh shit, Eddie Kingston is now in AEW, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't familiar with who he was. I had never heard of it, I'd never heard his name or seen him a day in my life. But I saw that promo that he cut, on his debut and shit, and I was really surprised. I was like, God damn, this man has some good mic skills. And I don't know why they didn't choose him to win, because when he got signed, everyone fucking jizzed in their pants. Personally, I didn't know who he was. But, like, seeing the fans' reactions on social media, I was like, okay, I don't know this guy, but he's beloved by a lot of people, so he must be important to a lot of people as well. And I don't know why that would, like, I think the general consensus would be to have the guy with, like, the most fan support win. Whereas I haven't seen a lot of people, like, shed a lot of praise on Lance Archer. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting to see. But yeah, I think that it's weird that Eddie can win, and yeah, that's what about it.
Mm-hmm. All
All
right.
right, guys, I found the Evan Form figure, but here we go. Shooting star press, bam, botch. What a waste.
Yeah, that botch was something. I mean,
Darn.
that botch was like, I'm like, how do you botch a shooting star press? I mean, how?
He didn't really know. Maybe he didn't know that the top
I
rope
felt
was
like he
pretty
slipped
different.
or something.
Maybe
I
he did, yeah, because there was
look back
wrestlers
at it.
and
You look back
there was
at it.
like bodies over the floor. That's probably why he
Yeah,
screwed it
Yeah.
up.
you look back
But
and slipped and shit. But the funny thing is, right? Like that was a hilarious botch, and I think we all laugh at botches. But
Yeah,
this
we
might be
do.
a bit off topic, but there's no botch that will ever make me laugh as hard as the one at fucking SummerSlam 2005 in the Eddie versus Ray ladder match and the cut for the custody of Dominic thing. The part where Eddie was on top of the ladder and he stood there and was waiting because Vicky was supposed to show up and like knock him off of the ladder or interrupt the match somehow, and then she missed her cue to show up. So as a compromise, Rey Mysterio drop kicks the ladder. Eddie no sells it when he falls, and he pounds the mat, and Adam Garber screams, "Where the fuck was Vicky? God damn it!" It's the greatest spot ever. Greatest spot ever because Eddie was a perfectionist and he wanted everything to go right, and he was so infuriated that Vicky fucking missed her cue to show up, and it's just amazing. That's like my favorite botch. Yeah, botches in general look great. And yeah, fucking Matt Seidel, excuse me, landed directly on his fucking head. It was great. So yeah.
I wasn't finished what I said before Evan
Go ahead.
interrupted me.
Go ahead.
So like I didn't really know that Lance Archer would honestly win this. Like I thought Darby Allin and the rest of the locker room would honestly team up against Brian Cage, Lance Archer, like most of the big guys. But another unexpected surprise, Will Hobbs. That guy was a surprise, I think. But I think it could have been Darby or someone else winning this. It could have been at least Eddie Kingston because Eddie Kingston is one of the best of all time. Like if you watch his matches, he is brutal, dude. Like man,
Yeah.
like Josh said in the past episodes of the Crash and Burn Wrestling podcast when he signed to AEW, he's like one of the greatest independent wrestlers I ever seen.
Yes.
And I think I have my opinion as well. I have that in your opinion as well. I have the same opinion about you, but
Yeah.
but overall, it should have been Darby or someone else winning this. They deserved more. So, sorry, Lance Archer, but you're gonna lose against Mox again. What a waste.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, AJ, from what you said, Eddie Kingston, I actually seen the guy wrestle at an indie show one time, not many times, one time, and I was fascinated by this guy. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I mean, Eddie Kingston, he's like one of the best talents I've seen in terms of independent wrestlers. Then when I heard he was on AEW, I'm like, wow. I'm like, 18 years, you've been in the business for that long. Then you finally get signed by the newest promotion out there. I mean, big kudos to you. And then you go up against a guy like Cody Rhodes, who's one of the sons of a legendary wrestling family. I mean, you gotta be proud of yourself like that. That had to be a special moment for Eddie Kingston in his career. To work with a guy like Cody Rhodes, that has to be special.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways,
Next
William.
match.
So
my
just
fault.
like Evan, I had never before heard of Eddie Kingston before he came to AEW, but I was immediately impressed when he showed up with those mic skills and the match he had, and just within a couple of weeks he became one of my favorite wrestlers. I do believe he should have won this match, but I think it's gonna eventually play into the match with Mox versus Archer, because I don't think there's any way Archer's gonna lose clean. Because think about it, he lost to Cody, and now you lose to Moxley. It's not gonna be a good look for him after demolishing the rest of the roster. So there's got to be some kind of fuck finish here, and I think it's gonna be Eddie Kingston that gets involved, and that's gonna be a match potentially at the next pay-per-view. The one big problem I have with Archer winning though is actually not the match that he's gonna have with Moxley, because I can see the fuck finish coming. It's the fact that it gives away the finish of the main event. There's no way that this man is gonna lose to MJF, because MJF is a whole like foot shorter than him, not a whole foot, but almost there basically. And the moment Archer won, I was like, okay, I don't think Mox is gonna lose now. I immediately was like, okay, now Moxley is probably gonna win. I also want to mention the Darby spot where he got put in the body bag and Brian Cage tossed him over the ropes with thumbtacks. I thought that was completely unnecessary. Like you could see, it wasn't a clean power bomb. He tried to do a power bomb. It was not clean. And Darby potentially, I don't know how he fell, but it was not how he should have fallen. They didn't really show the full thing, his full body. I don't think he probably had thumbtacks everywhere in his body. I think that was just completely unnecessary, and AEW needs to stop overdoing it with the spots. Because eventually, I mean, we saw it. I don't know if it was earlier or later, but Matt Hardy, we saw that coming back to bite AEW in the ass. And if they continue to do this, it's just gonna keep happening. And from Matt Sydal, I think that the addition of him is good because I know before I said that AEW needs to stop overloading on so much talent, but with the rumors that they're coming out with a new show potentially on a different day of the week, that's going to be like maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. I think that it's actually good that they're accumulating more roster talent so that they can have talent on the other show. And
Right.
I honestly feel bad for Matt Sydal after that botch. It was pretty funny in the moment, but I mean to have that be the first thing that you do when you debut in AEW, that's not good.
Yeah.
All right.
And William,
Lucas.
from going what you said, William, from what you said about Archer and all those other guys, like, I mean, what you said about Darby basically putting in the body bag, that was so unnecessary. You were absolutely right about that. Like,
Yeah.
there was no need. There was no need for you to put Darby Allin in a body bag with thumbtacks. Like, what is that even gonna do? And
Yeah,
then the thing you said about signing talent and stuff like that, yeah, they gotta stop with that also. Signing too much talent at once.
Yeah, they should stop once they have enough for the second show.
Yeah.
Anyways, Lucas, you go.
Finally, everyone shut up. Finally. Anyways, just kidding. Anyways, I'm going to say I have a little bit different opinion about this. I know Eddie Kingston should not have been eliminated. I've been a big fan of Eddie Kingston ever since the ending scene, like Josh said. One of the best on the mic besides NJF and Moxley, in my opinion. And you know, it is what it is. And Lance Archer, I feel like this is gonna go back to New Japan when they took on, because Lance Archer was New Japan United States champion, and Moxley came in and took the title, and all this sort of stuff. So this is gonna be kind of a rematch, kind of a little bit of rematch going on, and all this. And honestly, it kind of fits it because you have two guys that are ruthless, and you got two guys that would take anything to win, basically, and all this sort of stuff. So it kind of fits. So I can deal with it, but Eddie Kingston got robbed though.
All right. Next match, Matt Hardy defeated Sammy Guevara in a Broken Rules match.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn. That sucks.
Matt Hardy got 5.
Anyways, Josh, you can go first.
Okay. This match, I personally enjoyed it, but there was one thing that kind of got me, was, like, if you guys all saw, was the biggest thing. By the way, before I get into what I was gonna say, Matt Hardy was trending on Twitter, during All Out. Like, if you went on Twitter, he was trending on Twitter. And the thing is, the thing that got me with the match was when Matt Hardy took that massive bump, and hit his head and almost had a concussion. I didn't like the fact that they still let him compete instead of letting him get checked out by medical professionals after that happened. But the thing that kind of shocked me was how he freaking won the match when he pushed Sammy Guevara into that plastic thing or whatever. I was like, how do you go from having almost a concussion and then pushing your opponent through a plastic thing and winning the match? Like, I don't know how you did, but kudos to Matt Hardy for getting his ass kicked mostly during the match and basically just walking through it. So the match itself was okay. It wasn't the best match of the show, but I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. But that one spot though, with Matt Hardy competing with even though hitting his head, that was just brutal.
Yeah.
Well, my thoughts on the match, it was good, but that massive bump that he took that almost got him a concussion was unacceptable. That they still let him compete.
Right.
But you gotta give credit to him for at least pushing through the match. I mean,
Right.
he's tough enough to be able to compete and win the match.
Yeah.
But still, that's not cool of AEW to let him compete still.
Right.
Yeah, but otherwise, solid match.
Right.
Mr. William.
I already said it with the high spots. I think AEW needs to stop with it. I actually didn't even realize when Matt Hardy hit his head on the floor until all the medics started coming over and everything. I thought it was clean because I think it was at the very end because he was falling down the right way until the very end. His head bumped on the ground because they missed one of the tables. But Matt Hardy, I'm gonna tell you this: he's one tough son of a bitch, and kudos to him for finishing the match. But that it was definitely a dangerous thing to do. I think the thing is they could have ended the match. The only reason why they couldn't was because they had to input that stupid stipulation of Matt Hardy leaving AEW if he loses, which again is AEW going over the top, unnecessary. Had they not done that, this match would have been ended, and I believe it would have been ended, and everything would have went okay. So basically the main point of everything is AEW just needs to stop overdoing everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lucas.
Alright. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. We all criticize WWE for things, and William's right. We have to criticize AEW for overdoing shit like this with the thumbtacks and the body bag and Matt Hardy taking that side effect or whatever the hell that was on the damn floor like that. I'm just like, why are you fucking overdoing the entire thing? It's like you at school and you have a nerd that's trying to get 100 everything, and then they get mad when they get a 99, even though that's a good grade and all that. It reminds me of that. Like,
Good point.
Fuck? And like the match was okay, I guess, but I just feel like it should have just ended with the spot, the big spot with Matt Hardy said. That's it. Like nothing else. Like that's all I gotta say. The match was okay, but it was just not the best match. I thought it'd be a better match, but it turned out it wasn't. It's just over the top that AEW can't do, basically.
All right, AJ.
This match was okay. It was not acceptable to have Matt Hardy continue this match after he just got taken down by Sammy Guevara with the table botch. But if you guys watch the botch guy, he do botches about wrestling in general. But
Talking about Botchmania?
no. Yeah, it's like Botchamania over here. But I think this match was actually pretty good. But it was really, really long, just like Edge and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. So I think, and
Yeah.
it was pretty stupid when when the stipulation that if Matt Hardy loses, he leaves AEW. I thought that was the stupidest stipulation I ever seen in my life. But I think with who won the match? Matt Hardy won it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. With Matt Hardy winning this match, I think he nailed it today. Or he nailed it at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but speaking of Matt Hardy, like as Tony Khan said on Twitter, Matt Hardy passed the concussion test and is actually okay.
He's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
that's
guys
Tony
didn't
Khan.
see Dynamite this Wednesday, he came out discussing his diagnosis and stuff like that. He said he was cleared. And I agree, with William, he's one tough son of a bitch. He is one tough SOB, I swear. But yeah, kudos to Matt Hardy for that performance, even though that medical emergency thing during the match was kind of scary.
Yeah.
Anyways, Evan, you go.
I think that Matt Hardy really popped his noggin. I think that he definitely got vibe checked, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it was a bit stupid to continue the match after he, fucking hurt himself. Yeah, I don't think that was good, but I mean, it was a crazy, insane match. But I think that because you got to keep in mind, like, what if Matt Hardy actually got concussed? If you leave a concussion untreated, it can lead to bad shit. Case in point, Chris fucking Benoit. He sustained multiple concussions, and then it damaged his brain. He did. He went insane. So it's a good thing that Matt wasn't actually concussed. But Jesus Christ, that fucking bump looked really bad. It looked really, really bad.
Exactly.
And he was unconscious for a few minutes, if you remember, but they continued the match anyway. So, yeah. I think that it was a crazy match, but I think that maybe they shouldn't have let it go on after that moment. Because, like, Brian Zane, when he reviewed the show, he said that completely changed the feel of the rest of the night, and I can kind of get behind that, because, like, it's, it scared a lot of people. But thankfully, he did okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Alright, anyways. Next match, ladies and gentlemen. Hikaru Shida defeated Thunder Rosa.
Okay.
This match, to be honest, I didn't really care for this match.
No. Oh.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Anyways, so, Lucas, you go.
Oh, I kind of zoned out. Okay, the match was okay, I guess. We knew Hershey was going to win the she retain the title because Thunder Rosa, I don't believe is signed to AEW just yet, and all this. But I'm a big fan of Hiroshita. Ever since he debuted, stop choking.
My
No
bad.
coughing.
Stop
No coughing in
choking.
his house.
Gagging. It'll be that walk down. I want to gag. I want to choke. No one say that now.
Don't
No, I
catch
had a
Corona.
cough. I won't.
All right. And give me the Corona, man. Don't give me the Corona, dog. Anyways, the match was okay, but hey, at least Thunder Rosa didn't win the title. Simple as that.
All right.
Yes. Mr. William, you go.
I actually cared a little bit about this match. We knew Shida was gonna win, but I wanted to see what Thunder Rosa could do. I think that maybe the fact that I knew Shida was gonna win kind of played into the fact that it couldn't really keep my attention throughout the match. It definitely got to a point like 10 minutes in where I just started to zone out. I feel like it went a little bit too long. A lot of people I watched JD from NY. He said it was good. I went on Cage Match. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but there was a lot of good reviews for the match. It wasn't really, no one really said it was excellent, but everyone said it was good. I thought maybe it's just me, but I thought it probably fell short of my expectations. It wasn't really that great of a match, but if Thunder Rosa is really that good, like people say, I'm willing to see what else she can do if she continues to work with AEW.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Will, make a suggestion to you, buddy?
Huh?
I'm gonna make a suggestion to you, man.
All right.
Do not watch JD from NY. That fucking guy's a retard.
Nah, he knows wrestling better than a lot of people.
Yeah, no.
Anyways.
That guy's a real piece of shit. I would not recommend watching his fucking match. I'm just saying.
Anyway, so Josh and AJ did not care.
Yeah.
I'll say what I wanna say. Really, basically,
All right.
I liked the match. It was basically too long, like William said, but it was good. It was good. It took some time for me to get used to. I mean, I'm used to Thunder Rosa. I love Shida. She's like my favorites in the women's division. But the thing is that people don't know is that NWA and AEW are working together. Because if you guys don't know, Thunder Rosa is the NWA Women's Champion. And if you guys don't know, NWA is another wrestling promotion out there. But what I liked was how basically we all knew Shida was going to retain. We all knew that was the outcome. But overall, it was a good match. That's all I'll say. Keep it as that.
I got something to say as well, Jason.
You go.
I think this match was good, but it was a little bit too long. I mean, Shida went out there and she kicked ass tonight, and I mean during the pay-per-view, and also Thunder Rosa did great as well. I mean, Thunder Rosa is one of the best talents out there. She is the NWA Women's Champion, and hopefully she does more with AEW in the future.
I agree with you.
All right. Evan?
I think that it was a match that happened that existed.
It existed. That's all.
And such. No, I think I think that it was a solid match.
All right.
That's
Okay.
America.
All right. Next match: Matt Cardona, Scorpio Sky, and the Natural Nightmares defeated the Dark Order.
Matt Cardona.
Not really a fan of this match, honestly.
Nice. Evan, you go first.
Woo woo woo. You know it.
That's all you had to say?
I'll get aside. Actual thoughts of the match. It was pretty cool. I'm glad to see, fucking Matt Cardona doing something that makes him happy. He's always going to be Zack Ryder to me. I'm sorry. So, for this match. So, yeah. Who won the match? I'm sorry.
Matt Cardona, Scorpio Sky, and the Natural Nightmares won.
Dustin got the pin.
Yeah. I'm glad to see him doing stuff that actually makes him happy, because I know that he, was pretty pissed about the way that he was mistreated in WWE. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
William, you go.
So I was one of the few people that actually, I think, predicted that the Natural Nightmares and Scorpio Sky and Cardona would win. I feel like the wrong person got the pin, though, because I feel like this really could have been a big pinfall to get for either Scorpio Sky or Matt Cardona, since they're both Matt Cardona's kind of new. Scorpio Sky just left SCU. But we obviously saw it didn't lead to the match on TNT with Dustin and Brody. I mean, it wasn't really that great of a match. The only positive I see coming out of this is if somehow this plays into Cody heel turn. Because I don't know if you guys follow his Instagram, but he did post a Nightmare Family logo, fully red, and I think everyone knows he's been flashing the 4 Horsemen thing. So, I mean, I guess that's the one takeaway from this, but otherwise, there's really nothing much that's too special about this match.
Anyways, Josh, you go.
All right. I was surprised with the outcome. I kind of was hoping the Dark Order was going to take the victory, but as William said, this is the first match. This is a match that Scorpio Sky has as a single star. I feel like it's best if you put Scorpio Sky in the singles competitor, because I feel like after his match against Cody, I was blown away with his performance as a single star. But Matt Cardona, for any of you major marks out there, Matt Cardona is an action figure collector like everyone else, like most people. And he's kind of a geek. I like the fact now, but like Evan said, he'll always be Zack Ryder to me. And to everybody who knows him best is Zack Ryder. But I feel like now that both him and I will bring up Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers, I like how they're both going under their real names and basically are getting treated better and getting to work with other companies. Because with Zack Ryder, he was basically a jobber for the most of his time in WWE. Now, he goes to AEW, as Matt Cardona, he goes to AEW. Basically, goes under his real name and basically gets treated well. So, I want to see more matches with Matt Cardona. I want to see more Scorpio Sky matches because I feel like those two would be two of the top stars in AEW. But overall, it was a solid 8-man tag match.
All right. Lucas.
Okay, so the match was actually pretty decent. I was very surprised the outcome. I agree with Josh. I thought the Dark Order would get the dub, but they did not get the dub, sadly. But hey, I'm really happy for Macadona getting treated right, which he should have been. Fuck you, WWE, for that shit. Super Sky, another single star that's up in the rise, in my opinion. He's up in the rise. Like, he's going to be a champion one day. And Natural Nightmares, Dustin Rhodes, here's the thing about it. And I saw his comment on his theme song when I was listening to it today. We all thought he was done. But ever since he left WWE, he has put on the best work I've seen out of Dustin Rhodes. You all agree?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like Dark Horse should have won and all this sort of stuff, but it is what it is.
All right. AJ.
This match was pretty decent. Just gonna make this short and sweet. I mean, this was a good match. Glad that the team of Matt Cardona and Sky, Natural Nightmares, got the win against Dark Order. They needed the win, so that's that.
All right. My thoughts on this match. It was okay, but I was kind of going for the Dark Order twin. I don't know why.
For sure.
All right. Next match. FTR defeated Adam Page and Kenny Omega to become the new All Elite Wrestling World Tag Team Champions.
Finally! Finally! Thank you! Huh?
About time FTR has some titles there.
Yes!
Good match.
Yes!
One of my favorites of the night.
Yes, and
then
to correct you on something, FTR is the first team
Josh, you go.
So, to correct everybody on this, I just found out. Well, I found this out. If you don't know, FTR is the first team to win Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AEW tag titles. They're the first team to ever win all 4 titles in different promotions. So that's a big thing. So overall, it was a great tag team match. One of my favorite matches of the night. I was very happy with the outcome, and I if you guys didn't see one of the spots in the match, Kenny Omega hit a V-trigger to Hangman Adam Page. Now, if you guys saw that, that was a big outcome because you knew Kenny was going to turn heel at some point. And I really want to see the Cleaner character back. Definitely one of my favorite characters he's done. But definitely a solid tag match. FTR deserves this. We actually need a new tag champion, so FTR deserves this. They're actually I never liked them in WWE because they never had a character or never had anything. But in AEW, they actually grown on me. So, congrats to FTR.
Yes,
AJ,
sir.
I know you're happy to see you go.
Thank you, God. Finally, you finally listened, AEW. You listened to me. Finally. I mean, FTR, they got robbed at the WWE. Like, they absolutely got robbed. Because, like, you're just basically, making them upset because, I mean, for a stupid push, because WWE basically doesn't want to push them because they could be a decent tag team. They could be the Four Horsemen 2.0 without, like, there's 4 members of the Four Horsemen, but, like, they could have been, like, a good tag team. At least put someone in here and make the Four Horsemen 2.0. But, fine. But thank God FTR are new tag team champions. Finally, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page is done. Hopefully Kenny feuds with Adam Page in the next pay-per-view and bring back the Cleaner gimmick.
All right. Evan, you go.
I think that it's great that the Revival are finally getting the opportunities they deserve. Yeah, I will never understand why WWE never decided to capitalize on that. It just doesn't make sense. They're a good tag team. They know how to cut good promos and stuff, and they're highly entertaining and such. So I don't know why they ended up being a waste of time. But I'm glad that they've won the tag championship for 7, that they get the young lineup and stuff like that. And this whole concept of Kenny bringing back the streamer gimmick, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I'm not the biggest Kenny fan. So, for me, it's just like, fuck it, it is what it is. So yeah, I think that it's great that, this is like on the brand. I mean, I have a lot of issues with AEW, but one thing I can say about it is that it's fine where opportunities can be given to guys who are not used correctly in WWE and stuff. So yeah, that's about it.
All right. Lucas.
So the match was actually pretty good. This is actually one of the best matches of the night, in my humble and honest, excuse me, opinion. And finally we get new tag team champion, and this is well deserved. I said this a couple months ago. They said here's gonna be new tag team champions. I said FTR, and what happened? I called it. I called him before they got the title shot, because the other team that trying to get a hang of Adam Page and Kenny Omega, they couldn't get the job done, but FTR's time agreed, in my opinion. And then with Tully Blanchard, one of the best managers out. But I have to disagree with AJ one thing. There be nobody like the Four Horsemen. There be nobody like them. Don't compare it like that. So
What?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, at least like do something with them and like be the best tag team in the world, possibly. But I'm not saying just to be the Four Horsemen of the new generation. I was just saying, like, just do it. Like, maybe like have them at a couple of reigns of tag team championships, act like heels, but WWE never capitalized with that.
yeah. I definitely agree on that. And I'm just glad that we got. Finally glad Adam Page and Omega are going to have a feud with each other at the next pay per view, whatever that's going to be.
It's going to be Full Gear, actually.
Thank you, teacher's pet Jason. Thank you. But hey, I'm just glad the outcome of the match, and we're gonna get a feud with Kenny Omega and Adam Page, and I feel like the Queen is gonna come back, and Adam Page is gonna be a single star, which we predicted.
Yeah.
William.
I went into this match with very high expectations. I thought this was going to be the match of the night because both teams, they've shown that they can be relied on to put on an excellent match. But with a bunch of factors, including, the fact that I believe they took on the time that was taken out of Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara, because that one had to be cut short. So that time got added onto this match. It got extended. I just didn't feel like there was really any, there was really not much reaction from the crowd. It didn't really build up excitement for me. So, like, there was never a point where I was like, oh my God, Kenny and Page are really in this. I think it was great storytelling, though. I think FTR, at least to me, it seemed they kind of dominated the match for the most part. And I'm happy that they took the titles off of Kenny and Page, though, because those two, they kind of need to go their separate ways and do something else for now, at least. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you guys watched BT this week, but they posted the picture of it's like a ripped picture of Kenny, Hangman, and the Bucks, and that actually made me really sad. So I'm
Same,
sad.
yeah.
I'm sad to see the Elite go their separate ways, but at the same time, you don't want to run until it doesn't work no more. So although I'm sad, it's for the better of the product.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anyways, Orange Cassidy defeated Chris Jericho in a Mimosa Mayhem match.
Fun fact of the day, guys. Mimosa is a cocktail, if you guys don't know already.
No shit, Sherlock.
Okay. Evan, you go first.
I think that this is just one of those things where it's like, um, I guess I can see why to some people it would be funny, but I think that it was just kind of a ridiculous Vince Russo-esque comedy stipulation thing, and I don't think that it worked out very well. It's fucking it is. I think it's kind of ridiculous and stupid, but that's just me. Um, yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about it. Yeah, cool. Cassidy won. It is.
All right. Josh.
I love the match. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was fantastic. I like the storytelling with the Jericho Orange Cassidy rivalry. It was just cool. The best thing, and I think y'all gotta agree with me, was Jericho getting dunked into the mimosa tank. I think that was the best spot of the match. Of Orange Cassidy just punching him and then just basically he just falls into the tank. But the match had great storytelling. It had like the rivalry of Jericho and Cassidy. I felt like that was one of the best rivalries that they did with Orange Cassidy. Because if you don't know, Orange Cassidy's not really like a wrestler. He's more of like a comedy wrestler in my opinion, in terms of his character and his gimmick. But
Just like
when when they were saying they're Orange Cassidy, they were putting him in a feud with Jericho, I felt like we could see more of him as a wrestler. So to put him in that kind of rivalry, that was just genius. And he's actually improved, but that match was just solid. I'll give it a 9 out of 10, to be honest.
This match to me was a pretty good match. I thought it was pretty entertaining. Congrats to Orange Cassidy for winning. The way he won the match was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the hell?
Sorry, it's the
William, you go.
I thought it was a fun match. I actually liked the stipulation. I think I liked it more than most people online did. The thing about this though is, I said this before. I thought that Jericho should have won this match, but I did like the ending. It was a fun ending. I just think that they. Okay, so I feel like I don't know if you guys watched American Ninja Warrior before, but there was this one part where in one of this seasons where like if you ran to the top of the the ramp and you press the button, that's like kind of how you finish. And I think that's what it's kind of like what AEW is doing here with Orange Cassidy. They got him up to the top, but they need to hit that button. They need to capitalize because this is like putting him up to that, upper mid card level, and they need to give him something good to do after this to really solidify his position there. Otherwise, he's just gonna fall back down the ladder.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Lucas.
Okay, so the match, I agree with Josh. It was actually a pretty cool matchup. And I thought Jericho was going to win because this was a big match. It was a rubber match and all this stuff. Basically, it's just kind of like a football game that you don't know what's going to happen to me. And it was a good match. And I felt like it had the wrong winner to me because I'm going to say to get Orange Cassidy is just a comedy wrestler. He's not a wrestler. He's not anything like that. He's just a guy that brings hands in his pockets. And he just randomly just kicks people in the shins or whatever the hell is the lower part of your knee, basically. So that's all basically he does. But I know that serious part is good of him. And that ending was pretty cool. It's memed out everywhere now on Twitter now. But Jericho's just like, just showing there. Like, I want to be like that. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I want to be kind of like that and just chilling there, you know?
Oh, just vibing.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
AJ.
Oh, hello. Who's this? I like the major match. I hate this match. No, I don't. Goodbye. Seriously, this match was good. And glad that Orange Cassidy got the win. He has a bright future. Yeah, don't listen to the major mark. Don't listen to the mark because he's like, let's let Chris Jericho win. Because Orange Cassidy's a big jammer. No, he's a freaking good wrestler, in my opinion. Orange Cassidy, one of the best right now, and I think Jericho will get some momentum back. Maybe feud for a championship again, possibly in the future. And also Cassidy, he needs to feud with Mox badly. He needs to do. We need to do something with Cassidy because he has a bright future right now. So that's all I gotta say.
All right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. John Moxley defeating MJF.
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm pissed.
Josh, you can go.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Josh, you go
oh
first.
boy. Okay. Now, I personally enjoyed the match. Basically, basically the best match of the night. Because, it's the main event. It's the best match of the night. It's going to be the 5-star classic and everything. But Moxley was fucking sneaky. He's like, fuck it. I'm going to hit the paradigm shift. Because Wardlow distracted the ref. And the ref didn't see Moxley hit his move. And the ref counted 1, 2, 3. And I was like, wow. We all knew he was going to use it anyway. Yeah, right. But overall, it was a solid match. I just loved how there was just blood and action. Because that's how you really feel of an Extreme Rules match. You see blood, you see action, it's all the gore and stuff. It's all good fun. But Moxley retained. I was kind of hoping MJF was going to take it, but Moxley's still champ. As usual, he's like the top guy going. But overall, 10 out of 10. Solid match.
All right. Lucas.
First off, whoever's heavy breathing on the mic and all this sort of stuff, whoever's heavy breathing like during some kind of like porn video, stop doing that.
My bad, dude.
Anyway,
I can't breathe right now because I'm dying laughing. What's this going on here?
just breathe. Anyways, the match is really good. I think this is like the third or second match of the night. Really depends on what your type of wrestling and all that stuff, what your type and all that. And it was a good match. I thought MJF was going to take the victory because the Paradigm Shift was banned, but apparently since the referee's so blind, it's out of bird box, he can't fucking see shit. He can't fucking see anything. Homie out here, Helen Keller can probably see it better than that. Like, we all saw it coming that the Paradigm Shift was going to happen. We all saw it was going to happen.
But here's my question: who's the referee of the match? That's what I want to know. Who's the ref?
It's Helen Keller. That's what it is. It's Helen Keller.
Oh.
Damn.
But it is what it is. I'm excited for the Lance Archer and John Moxley rivalry. But I feel like somebody else got to take the title off Moxley. Maybe like MJF again, or somebody else like Cody, or it depends on the circumstance.
All right. Evan, you go.
I've talked to several people about this match, and a lot of them have said, "Oh, MJF should have won," and I don't agree with that because I think that this is going to be a long-term thing. I think that AEW, for once, is the right decision, and they're not just going to immediately have MJF win the title within the snap of a finger just because a lot of fans want that to happen. I think this is going to be they'll win. It's not going to happen right now. That's what I think is going to happen. So, I think that I think they had a great match. I think it's awesome that Moxley's retained, and I'm really excited to see how they do things going forward.
All right. AJ, you go.
This match was actually pretty okay. I mean, some of us like to go with MJF for win the match, but I kind of knew that Mox was gonna win because he needs to hold that title. Like I said on the podcast last week, he needs to hold that title for a little longer because he hold it. I mean, he won in that Revolution. Doesn't mean he has to lose it a little bit early. It's getting to the point that he's gonna lose the title, but I just don't see him losing right now because he's one of the top stars on AEW wrestling, and I think Maxwell Jacob Friedman have a great future, but I just don't see it right now. Maybe someone else will defeat Moxley for the title, maybe a next challenger at Full Gear, possibly, maybe Lance Archer or I don't even know, Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston Mox will kick ass because these guys are like hardcore guys, hardcore wrestlers. But I think Moxley deserved that win. I personally enjoyed the match, kind of.
All right, William.
I thought this match was great in terms of storytelling because you had the Moxley brawling style versus MJF, who's going to try to keep it in the ring. I thought they did a really good job with that. It definitely built up more excitement than any of the other matches on the card, at least for me. At the end, I'm going to be honest, I may have been the one dumbass that did not see the paradigm shift coming until he actually went for it. I thought MJF was going to do something else stupid, but what I do think this does show is that AEW they want to keep their title reigns long and not just do like hot potato. They don't want to play hot potato with the championship, and I like that aspect about it. But I said this earlier. I kind of had a feeling that Moxley would win after seeing the fact that Archer won the Battle Royal.
All right, well, my thoughts on the match, that it was good, but I kind of knew John Moxley was gonna win because he needs to have the title longer. He's probably gonna lose it sometime at Full Gear or maybe the next Revolution pay-per-view. Maybe we'll see. Well, anyways, that's the whole entire All Out card. Anything else to talk about before the outros?
Nah. No.
Anyways, outros time.
All right.
Thank you all so much for checking out this episode of the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. Hope you all enjoyed this episode and hearing us talk about All Out. Next week, the weekend reviews will return. You can follow us on Instagram at Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast, Twitter at Crash and Burn Pod. You can follow me on Instagram at WrestlingFankit15. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Evan, you go.
It was nice to be here, as always. This is my second time being a guest on here, and it was an absolute blast, of course. You guys can see me as the host of the Tuck Your Chin podcast on YouTube and Spotify and SoundCloud and iTunes and several other platforms and such. You can follow us on Instagram as well. You can follow my personal account on Instagram at Ronald_Van_Donald, where I post stuff on there a lot. You can follow me on Twitter. I don't post there a lot, but I'm there. You can subscribe to me on YouTube at Ronald Van Donald as well. All three of these are the same. And I upload videos every now and then on there as well. And that's about it. Take care. Drive safe. I love you. Call me. Text me when you get home.
Okay.
Make sure you
Josh,
do that.
You go.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another awesome episode of the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed it as we do every single Friday. Be sure to follow us on the socials. Instagram at Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. Twitter at Crash and Burn Pod. Be sure, guys, to follow the members on their socials. Even the ones who weren't on today's episode, make sure to follow everybody from the podcast on their socials. You can follow me on Instagram at Josh's Toy Show, and you guys can stay in touch with me on Twitter at Josh's Toy Show 4Y, and all my other socials will be linked down below. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as the other links will be down below. I don't have time to say this all, but I'm just saying it'll be down below. You know the drill. So that's my outro, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Passing it on to Lucas.
Alrighty, thank you guys for having me on this podcast. It's wonderful. I have family over here, and Evan as well. And anyway, I had a great time. Doing goofy shit. Just usual things that we do on the podcast.
True.
That's all the things that we love to do. This is what we do. This is what we're all about. we're not all about robots and speaking about that because that'll be boring and all that stuff. We like to mess around. For example, with Jason messing around with AJ Styles over here.
Oh, come on!
AJ, you're facing Jeff Hardy tonight, so you better get ready.
Wait, I am?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Jeez!
Oh, you forgot?
No, yeah.
Where's your tattoo on the side?
I don't have it on me.
There's his twin right there.
Oh, come on, Josh. Come on.
Gosh. I had to.
Anyways,
you carry on.
thank you guys for having me. It's been a great time. You already know the drill. Keep jerking off. Lucas out.
Anyways, AJ, you have a match tonight, so you go for it, man.
All right. Thank you guys for watching for another episode of the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. I'm really honored to be in this podcast because if I weren't here, I would be nothing but another kid who is not a wrestling fan. So, thank you guys for making this possible. And let's end this podcast with another ring.
You can also follow him at AJ Styles P1 on Instagram.
No, that's not my Instagram account. How dare you?
Blah blah blah. He's lying.
He also has a channel on Mixer.
No.
William, you go.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to follow everybody's socials and subscribe to everybody's channels. They're all down in the description. My Instagram is more of a personal page, but I'm sure some of these other guys, they have a bit more wrestling content if you guys prefer that. And I think I'm the last one to do outros.
Anyways, guys, wash your ding dong, wash your ass, and wash your hands.
Wash your hands, do.
You
Wash
jerk
your
off.
hands, do.
No.
You have a match tonight, so you be quiet. Anyways, guys, for Evan and the rest of the Tuck Your Chin crew, tuck your chin, guys.
Tuck your chin.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
AJ, have a good match, man.
All right.
And guys, we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace out.
Crash and burn!